right now we're basically doing two experiments at the same time. We're trying to stimulate breast growth in some kind of way other than what's been tried so far. And one of the ways is where a few girls are doing bicalutamide as an androgen, an anti-androgen.
I mainly want to talk about progesterone. So where do you recommend that we start here?
This actually ties in with what you actually expect from your HRT, I think, because from our understanding or from what we observe in our community, most girls did tolerate progesterone rather well. There were no issues with it. However, there were a few cases, like a couple of them actually, where it actually did more harm than good. Some trans women have a certain gene that converts some of your P4 into DHT. So P4 being progesterone. So DHT is dihydrotestosterone, and that's actually really bad for everyone, I think, post-puberty. Yeah. So they experienced hair loss and even some facial hair growth and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh. And
yes,
was that micronized progesterone or was that like methyl progesterone?
Okay, so about that, we actually don't really recommend anyone use like synthetic type of progesterone because, you know, the natural kind is so available and there's no point to use like something that's synthetic over something that's been proven to be, you know, effective and safe. And the main difference, like nobody recommends this from all the people I spoke with, like endocrinologists, everyone said like don't take synthetic progesterone. It's not good for you. There is a risk of cancer associated with synthetic progesterone, but actually not associated with a bioavailable one.
Yeah.
Progesterone actually decreases the risk of cancer. I'm not sure if I sent you the study. There was a European study that showed that women taking, of course, it wasn't done on transgender women, but rather cisgender women, but it showed that the chance of developing breast cancer, for example, is reduced. Progesterone is added to like HRT in postmenopausal women. Yeah. So
Awesome.
it's actually quite beneficial for people who can tolerate it because there's also a chance you might develop like bad symptoms from it. Not really that you're gonna have problem with facial hair growth or something like that, but just not tolerated. It might cause you bloating or I don't know, headaches or some mood changes that you might not like. So we're usually recommending progesterone to anyone who can take it, who can tolerate it. And most girls like can tolerate it. It's a non-issue, and not even that they can tolerate it, but it helps them sleep better. A lot of girls reported better sleep, myself included, and it balances your libido, gives you a healthier libido usually. But regarding physical changes, we haven't really seen like nothing that can be called conclusive, you know. But what I can tell you is that right now we're basically doing two experiments at the same time. We're trying to stimulate breast growth in some kind of way other than what's been tried so far. And one of the ways is where a few girls are doing bicalutamide as an androgen, an anti-androgen, and that coupled with a low dose of estradiol, basically. So I'm gonna get to the reason behind it, the mechanism, and some other girls are trying, myself included, some anti-diabetics coupled with, it's a substance that basically makes you produce human growth hormone and IGF-1. Right now, the second group has really promising results. We all have restarted our breast growth.
Really?
Yeah.
And is this like the first of its kind, or are you replicating this from somewhere else?
We're actually like coupling two experiments together. There are Reddit posts of girls who have tried this before, but there's no unanimous answer for it. Nobody can say if it actually worked or it worked just for them. So we're trying to do it on a larger scale than that to see if it's actually beneficial or not and what are the side effects.
Yeah.
There are expected to be some side effects from this.
How far into it are you, and what results have you seen so far? Because that sounds really exciting.
Yes, it is exciting. Well, I'm actually a little over 1 month in, and the results are 2 centimeters growth till now.
In a month? That's
in a month.
A month.
Yeah, that is a lot. It's interesting because I'm not sure if what I'm feeling, like, unfortunately coincided for me with some other health issue I was having. So I'm not really sure if how much of this is related. I don't think it's related to this, but I cannot know for sure. The other two people who are doing this at this moment, there are only 3 of us because we wanted to start small and not put anyone in danger or anything. and the other two people did not have this effect. Like, I have a little bit of pain in my left leg, and also my liver functions are not well right now
How do you
because
know?
I've done tests, and I've
Hmm.
also, I regularly see the doctor and stuff. I do a lot of tests during these experiments we all do, so in case something does go wrong, we usually know about it. However, this coincided like with I have a congenital bile defect,
Hmm.
and I've been having some problems with this over the past, I don't know, like a year or something.
Hmm.
And it kind of reached its peak, right? Like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And apparently that's how I found out, with the help of my doctor, who like was kind enough to do some research on its own, that high doses of estrogen actually like can give you bile problems, especially if you have like congenital defects regarding it. So a word of warning for anyone who uses high doses injectables and high transdermal doses, because apparently transdermal is the worst for bile problems, even though it's the safest, like, when you use it out of all the estrogens. But yeah, because it bypasses the primary pass of metabolism, and so the substances that remain and go to the secondary pass are more likely to cause bile issues like increased acidity. There's three mechanisms of action.